An impaired driving charge is an allegation that one's ability to operate a motor vehicle was impaired by alcohol at the time of driving. It is quite possible to be convicted of impaired driving even though your blood alcohol concentration was below the legal limit at the time. An over 80 charge is an allegation that the person was driving with a blood alcohol concentration greater than the legal limit. In Canada, that legal limit is 80 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood. It is not relevant for an over 80 charge that the person driving was not drunk or their ability to operate a motor vehicle was not impaired by alcohol at the time of driving. It is quite possible to be charged with both offenses. Typically, the way that arises is a person is pulled over for some sort of erratic driving or a driving infraction. The person is investigated and perhaps arrested for impaired driving. At that time, breath sample demands are made of the person, and if they fail the breath test, they are also charged with an over 80 offense. The penalties for impaired driving and over 80 are the same. Both carry a minimum fine, a minimum period of driving prohibition, and they both lead to criminal records. There's little difference between being convicted of just impaired driving or just over 80 and being convicted of both. In order for it to have any real meaning for the accused person, he or she must typically be acquitted of both offenses. Yes, these charges are prosecuted quite differently. The relevant evidence for either charge is quite different. In an impaired driving charge, the allegation is the person's ability to operate a motor vehicle was impaired at the time of driving. So typically the type of evidence that matters is evidence of bad driving, erratic driving, slurred speech, stumbling, fumbling with documentation, tripping, smell of alcohol in the breath. With an over 80 charge, the pattern of driving or the ability to operate a motor vehicle is not really that relevant. In a case like that, what's really important is the blood alcohol concentration at the time of driving. So there will be an emphasis in a case like that on the blood alcohol concentration results.